All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops that taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. To you I say shalom. So in this video, I'm going to touch on a couple articles, pretty much touching on these forever chemicals, right? And, this is all the result of an unwise king, you know. As a matter of fact, before I touch on these articles, let's get this in Sirach chapter 10. And let me see. I'm going to start at verse 3, just get to the point. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 3. It says, "An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them that are in authority, the city shall be inhabited." Right? So an unwise king destroyeth his people. And that's what you see Esau Edom doing, through various means. There's many things we can, do a list on. But mainly here in this video, touching on these forever chemicals, because when you go, which I'm going to read a little bit into this article, how bad and dangerous these forever chemicals are. They call it PFAS. And I'm gonna Google this real quick. Let me see what it says. So PFAS, it says, or per dash and polyfluoroalkyl substances, are a group of forever chemicals that are highly persistent and can contaminate water, soil, and food, posing potential health risks. Now, let me read a little bit more on what this AI overview has got to say. It says, what are PFAS? It says PFAS are a group of thousands of chemicals used in various products, including firefighting foams, non-stick cookware. So all your, your pots and pans that you use to cook in, especially them Teflon, the non-stick shit, all that has this forever chemicals. And you're constantly cooking in this, right? But it's in your water as well. I made a video with one of the brothers going into the what's it called? The fluoride that's in the water. So you got fluoride in the water, you got these forever chemicals in the water, and not to mention these other chemicals that spilled from these train derailments. Man, this food is pretty much toxic nowadays. You got to really, stick to spring water, having to purchase, high-end waters in order to be able to, I guess, limit the intake of these toxins in your body, right? In certain states, I believe California, they say it's illegal for you to collect rainwater. So that's, man, how wicked is that, man? But this is Esau Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. He will create certain unrighteous decrees, and with those unrighteous decrees, he's destroying the people, right? Because you have, what's it called, EPA, the people the Environmental Protection Agency, that are supposed to be protecting their environment, but really they're allowing a lot of these things to be, or at least the restrictions on these, they're very lax on them. They're allowing these things to be in their environment, in the food, in the water, right? But it says it's in your nonstick cookware, your food packaging, and stain-resistant fabrics. So it's in your clothes, it's in your food, it's in your cookware, it's in your clothes, it's in your water, right? It says they are Slovakia. They are known as forever chemicals because they are highly resistant to degradation and can persist in the environment and in the human body for extended periods. Pretty much, it doesn't break down. It says exposure to certain PFAS may be linked to harmful health effects, including thyroid dysfunction, decreased immune response, changes in liver enzymes, and increased cholesterol levels. And right here it says some studies also suggest an association between PFAS and kidney and testicular cancers. Damn, bro. See, this is why this man's got to go. This man is destroying everything, man. The scriptures talk about it. Let me get this. Let me get this in Matthew, the 24th chapter. Matthew 24 and 22. Let me get it. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You see, so if the Most High didn't speed up the times or shorten the days, there be no flesh that shall be saved, man. And we see, with all this pollutants in the air, pollutants in the water, like just touching on this, man, the forever chemicals. We're pretty much polluted right now as we speak with these contaminants, and these cause a major health risk to the body, your respiratory, your like I said, your kidneys, right, your liver. Jake is, pretty much going through it. Pretty much everybody's going through it under the government of Esau. Even the animals, the land itself, right? But again, going back to Matthew 24 and 22, no flesh shall be saved. This man would continue to go on and be let to rule for even more extended period of time. This shit will be over, man. It would be like one of those dystopian, post-apocalyptic type of movies like Mad Max or what's another one? The Book of Eli, right? Where it's just nothing but a wasteland. There's no greenery. The plant life is dying. Under this man's rulership, that's what we expect to see, right? And that's what we're seeing. Things are getting worse and worse, man. Things are getting more and more polluted. It's getting harder and harder to live. It's harder to find things that are pure, things that are clean, right? Everything is GMO this, right? They say it's organic, but it's not. It's what they call it, I forgot the name. Well, a lot of these, foods that you find at the grocery store, it says like some of it's got like what's it called? Slovakia. Pretty much it's like created in labs. It's like engineered, bioengineered, something like that. I can't remember the exact term, but I remember I seen that in some of these packagings and some of these like canned foods and stuff. Like I think it says bioengineered if I'm not mistaken, but something like that, right? But just showing you how nothing's not natural no more. Everything has to be engineered. Esau has to put his hand in it to, I don't know, for whatever reason, he feels like it needs to grow. Like the Monsanto seeds, right? You have the Monsanto seeds that are engineered, GMO, genetically modified organism. That was the term I wanted to get. Genetically modified. Everything is genetically modified, right? But anyway, I'm gonna read into this article. It says PFAS contaminated water linked to 33% higher cancer rates in digestive, endocrine, respiratory, and throat cancers. USC researchers estimate PFAS may contribute to nearly 7,000 cancer cases annually. It says strongest associations found with the PFBS, 33% higher mouth throat cancer risk, and PFHXS, 12% higher digestive cancer risk. EPA's new PFAS limit face legal challenges as states push for stricter regulations. PFAS detected in 45% of United States tap water, with blood pressure risks of pregnant women also emerging. You see, so this is affecting, the human body in a very negative way, right? But it says forever chemicals linked to increased cancer risk as high as 33%. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to hit certain points. I'm going to read this right here. It says these synthetic toxins used in everything from nonstick cookware to firefighting foam do not break down in the environment or the human body. Instead, they accumulate, wreaking havoc on biological systems. The study estimates that PFAS-laced water could be responsible for up to 6,864 cancer cases per year. A number that big, a number that big government and corporate polluters would rather ignore. Right, and that's in the scriptures too. You know how the rich, let me see if I can find it. Pretty much the rich care not to know it. Let me see if it comes up. Salakia. It's not popping up. Yeah, it's not popping up. Salakia, bear with me. For some reason it's not popping up. I'm trying to find this, but anyway, there's a precept that goes into it that touches on that. Pretty much says how the rich care not the cause of the poor. I think that's what it is. The cause of the poor. Oh, what am I doing? Right here. This is Proverbs 29:7. It says, "The righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know it." Right? So the wicked don't give a shit, and that's Esau, right? I thought it meant the rich, but it's really the wicked. The wicked, and if you see it the way that they're ruling, right? The way they're polluting the earth, they're destroying the earth, they're destroying the people. You can easily tell they have no consideration over the poor, over the earth, over anything that pretty much that has a negative effect to what they're doing. But anyway, let me see if I can get this in the NLT real quick, see what it says. Proverbs 29:7, it says, "The godly care about the rights of the poor, and the wicked don't care at all." That's right, man. That's the reason why, Jake that goes out protesting, looking for, civil rights, looking for justice and peace. You're never going to get it because these people that are in rulership, they don't care about that. All they care about is fulfilling their enterprise. How to line their pockets, how to fulfill their agendas. They don't care about, you know, if you're able to pay bills or not. The more oppression that they put on you, the better, in their opinion. But anyway, let me go back. Let me see. I think that might be it on this. As a matter of fact, let me read some of this. Regulatory failure and corporate cover-ups. It says, despite of mounting evidence, the EPA's new drinking water standards for 6 PFAS types finalized in 2023 are being challenged in court by industry groups and complicit water utilities. Meanwhile, states like Vermont and California are fighting for stricter limits while the federal government drags its feet. Claudia Thompson, PhD of the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences, which funded the study, stated plainly the significant associations identified between PFAS in drinking water and various cancers underscore the urgent need for more comprehensive research. I mean, it's already bad. I don't know why they need more research. It's already been proven that this is not good for the body. But anyway, it says, but research alone won't save us. A 2023 U.S. Geological Survey report confirmed PFAS in 45% of tap water, meaning millions are unknowingly consuming poison. That's right. This is another study, soon to be published in the International Journal of Hygiene and Environmental Health, found PFAS elevates blood pressure in pregnant women, increasing risk of complications. It says the study had limitations. It couldn't account for individual behaviors or latency periods between exposure and cancer, but the message is clear. PFAS are a death sentence in slow motion. This is a slow death. That's why a lot more people are going more into the hospitals, getting hooked on these pharmaceuticals, right? Having some thyroid problem, having some kidney problem, having some liver problems, and then needing certain steroids or certain medicines to kind of balance them out. But then even those medicines have throw their body off balance, which then they have to use some more pills and some more different medicines in order to, counterbalance the effects of the medicine, of the first medicine. So it's just a big, uh, first of all, it's like a cash grab for the pharmaceutical companies, but then also it's just a way for Esau to destroy the people. But it says, will Americans demand accountability, or will they keep swallowing the lies of the carcinogens produced by chemical manufacturers and their government enablers? And this is going to continue on to the end anyway. A lot of these things is coming up because things is getting revealed. The time of revelation and the time of Esau being exposed is now, right? So, like the scriptures talk about the mystery of iniquity, right? Let's see if I can pull that up. Second Thessalonians 2:7, right? It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way." Right. So Esau is that mystery of iniquity, right? It's being found out that he's that wicked. He's that man of sin, right? That base man that goes around the earth, just fucking up nations, destroying people, right? First and foremost through his philosophies, right? His wine. But even here at home, here in the United States, he's over here destroying the people by, uh, uh, um, just a variety of ways. Mainly in this topic that we're going into is through the forever chemicals, right? Because he understands, and through the chemtrails, right? There's a lot of pollutants that's going on, you know, on a daily basis that we put into our food. Pretty much we ingest through our food, through our water, the air that we breathe, right? But like I said, now everything is being revealed. Everything is coming out on this man, and this is just one of the many things that is being revealed, right? This man has is not fit for rulership, man. Again, these are the uh, the results or the side effects of having an unwise king as a king, right? An unwise man, a wicked man, as a ruler. This is why we need Yahushua. The world needs Yahushua, right? And people have a problem that we want America to go down, and it makes no sense because it's only common sense for you to want peace, for you to want life, for you to want paradise. You know, and yet you have Jake out here coming up against us, speaking up against this damn wicked ass devil, we're pointing out right now in this lesson, how this man is destroying the people. This is just one of the many ways. Yet Jake still wants to be dumbed down and blind and wants to, you know, fight for America, defend these Edomites, and it makes no damn sense. But anyway, let me get this next article. Forever Chemicals. Hold on, Salakia. Have all these pop-ups. I don't even know if I can exit out of that. Damn. Hold on, bear with me. Let me refresh it. See if this helps. We're pretty much in this article that I'm going to get right now. It's pretty much going to touch on forever chemicals that's in the soil. Because we read it in the previous article, you know, that's not just in the water, it's also in the soil. It's also in the clothes that we wear, right? It's in the cookware, you know. Salakia, this thing's, hold on. You know what, while this loads, let me get a precept. Let me get Proverbs. Salakia. Proverbs 29. In verse 2 it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. You see, so once Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua comes into power, once he establishes that rightful kingdom, everybody's going to be rejoicing. We ain't going to be having these problems. These forever chemicals, these pollutants, chemtrails, polluted water, polluted land, polluted soil. None of this is going to be happening. Your food's not going to be contaminated. You know, everything is going to be in its fullness of strength. And all these pollutants is going to be eliminated from the earth. So it says, but when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. And the people are mourning right now. Right? Because these pollutants are having people in this decrepit state. Having to go to the damn doctor every goddamn week. Having to go to the pharmacy, you know, every other day. Because they rely on these certain medicines in order to keep them afloat. You know, and then you got the goddamn economy, you know, tanking, you know, cost of living crisis. You have food prices going up. I mean, that's a lot of things that's having these people in a mournful state, in a sorrowful state, in a frightened state. You know, people are frightened of the future. People, you know, they're not really concerned on saving right now. People are more concerned of just, you know, living day by day. When the next meal is coming, or if they're gonna have enough money to pay for the next bill. right? And let alone having to be concerned about, the kind of food that they're putting in their body because of all these damn toxic chemicals, right? But anyway, I think it loaded. Here it is. It says, God damn, I don't know what's up with this. Hold on, Salakia. Let me see if I can do this. There you go. But it says forever chemicals may have polluted 20 million acres of U.S. cropland, study says. It says environmental advocates point to a lack to regulation regarding use of PFAS tainted sewage sludge as fertilizer. So even the fertilizer that they're using is contaminated with these forever chemicals, right? But it says 20 million acres of U.S. cropland, and I know it's more than that. It has to be more than that. This is in the water. But it says about 20 million acres of cropland in the United States may be contaminated with PFAS, tainted sewage sludge that has been used as fertilizer, a new report estimates. PFAS, or per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, are a class of about 9,000 compounds used to make products, heat, water, or stain resistant, known as forever chemicals because they don't naturally break down. They have been linked to cancer, thyroid disruption, liver problems, birth defects, and immunosuppression, and more. Dozens of industries use PFAS in thousands of consumer products and often discharge the chemicals into the nation's sewer systems. The analysis conducted by the Environmental Working Group is an attempt to understand the scope of cropland contamination stemming from the sewage sludge or biosolids. Regulators don't require sludge to be tested for PFAS or closely track where it's spread. See, so they don't gotta regulate it. They don't gotta test these fertilizer sludge that they're using for the crops. So you already know these things are contaminated with it. Your food is being contaminated. It says the public health advocates warn the practice is poisoning the nation's food supply. It says we don't know the full scope of the contamination problem created by the PFAS in sludge, and we may never know because EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, has not made it a priority for states and local governments to track, test, and report on, said Scott Faber. Like I said, this is just on what they tested, so it has to be even more. Probably every single goddamn field that they're growing crops on is contaminated. But anyway, it says all sewage sludge is thought to contain the dangerous chemicals, and the compounds have recently been found to be contaminating crops, cattle, so even the livestock, water, and humans on farms where biosolids were spread. It says sludge is a byproduct of the wastewater treatment process that's a mix of human excrement and industrial waste. Like PFAS, that's discharged from industry pipes. Sludge disposal can be expensive, so the waste management industry is increasingly repackaging it as fertilizer because excrement is rich in plant nutrients. And this all goes back to, we don't gotta read more, that's pretty much the point, right? But this all goes back to Ezekiel. This is, one of the curses that will fall upon us, especially here in America. This is Ezekiel 4 and verse 13. It says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I have driven them. You see, so we're going to eat our bread defiled, man, among the Gentiles. Right? This is one of the curses that will fall upon us. You see? All this food is all contaminated. This food ain't even real food. It's all GMO. The tomatoes that you get, GMO. The corn that you get is GMO, right? Shit is being coming out that a lot of this meat out here is most likely grown in the lab, right? Now, let me get another precept. Um, we'll just get one more. Let's get Revelation 11. Because again, just going back to this article, right? 20 million acres of U.S. cropland has been polluted. This man is destroying the earth. He's destroying everything. There was an article uh, not too long ago. Brothers always mention it, going into how the topsoil, is being wasted. Like, you can't really grow things, if the topsoil is not rich in nutrients. A lot of people have to actually create their own, what's it called, fertilizer. Their I forgot what exactly it's called, but it's like fertilizer. Pretty much they go and make their own, like with whatever scraps that they got, you know, and they leave it outside and they let it like turn into fertilizer, so that way they can mix it with their dirt that they have in the backyard. But even a lot of the ground, like I mentioned, is polluted. You need uh, um, pretty much you need to add a lot of like nutrients into the soil in order to be able to grow things nowadays. When you read, in the scriptures during the time of Adam, you know, a lot of stuff didn't even need to be tended to. The pretty much fruit just grew, right? There was a mist that watered the earth, and pretty much plants just grew, fruits just grew on the trees. Nowadays, you won't even see that. Even if you are watering, like sometimes it don't even take because of the soil, how polluted the ground is. Sometimes some things of course need to have their own type of climate, but you know it shouldn't be that hard to grow crops, man. The Most High designed the earth to uh, 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 for crops to grow. When you're reading the scriptures, whenever the Alahayim, the angels, got done creating the earth, they said it was good. Everything was perfect. Everything, you know, uh, um, was designed in a way to where everything functioned together. There was a what they call it a synergy, right? Everything worked together. You have the herbs, to help, you know, a man in certain illnesses, right? The animals, they eat herbs, and you see that even with animals to this day. When a dog gets sick, what does it do? It starts eating grass, so that way it can make itself feel better, right? You have the trees, the Amazon forest, that they pretty much call that forest the lungs of the earth because it releases oxygen into the earth. It takes in the CO2 and it releases oxygen. Esau's so concerned with CO2. Well, why the fuck are you over here destroying the rainforest, man? Keeping the rainforest helps with removing that CO2. No, but his answer is, we gotta we gotta eliminate 8 billion people or 7.5 billion people. This is the type of nonsense and the type of king that we're dealing with. This guy's a madman, right? He's a base man. But anyway, let me read this. Revelation 11 and 18, it says, "And the nations were angry, and that wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give us reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth." You see? And this man is about to be destroyed. This man is about to be taken out of the way. right? When we go back to Sirach, I'm gonna read 3 again. It says, an unwise king destroyed his people, and that's what you see Esau doing, destroying the people. You know how you go and destroy your own subjects? That doesn't make no sense. You know they're the life and blood of your society, of your kingdom. You know Esau taxes the people, right? How you gonna get taxes? How you gonna get more taxes? How you gonna fuel your economy without the people? But anyway, it says, but through the prudence of them that are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Right? The prudence, you know, those that, you know, look well to their goings, right? In righteousness, operating in righteousness. You know, this man has no order. This man, you know, does things in haste. This man does certain tests, you know, just to test things out, and then ends up killing a certain amount of people, polluting the damn environment. Like, this man has to be stopped, man. But verse 4, it says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. You see, this man is about to be taken out the way, and one that is profitable will be put in charge, right? Because I always mention this, man. Esau is not just a detriment to the earth; he's a detriment unto himself. This man is polluting the own air that he breathes, man. The scriptures talk about he that is not good unto himself, to whom will he do good? You see how he has his people in subjection, just as Jake. So if he's doing this to his own people, you know, how much more you Jakes? How much more to you tribes? Again, this is the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. He's a base man. This man's a child. When you go into that word child, as a matter of fact, let me get that. It says that thy king is a child. It's Ecclesiastes 10 and 16. It says, woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. So when you go into that word child, Nayar, or Nair, yeah, Nayar, something like that. But it says a boy, lad, servant, right? Youth, retainer, servant, right? So it says, by implication, a servant. You see, so this man is a servant. This man was not intended to be in the seat of rulership. This man was intended to serve, right? When you read in Genesis, right? Whenever was it Rachel, you know, inquired of the Lord, you know, what was told unto her, that the elder shall serve the younger. Esau was the elder. Jacob was the younger, right? So of course, this man wasn't given the blueprint, the manuscript on how to operate in righteousness, how to reign on the earth with proper order, with proper balance. You know how to do things in a certain manner to where, like for example, the land Sabbaths, right? I believe is what every 50 years or something along those lines. You know, you're supposed to give the land rest. I think it's every 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. As a matter of fact, let me see. Let's see if it pops up. Bear with me. No, that ain't that. Bear with me. Yeah, right here. This is, but in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land. Yeah, I was thinking about the Jubilee, when I talked about the 50 years, but every seventh year, or on the seventh year, shall be a Sabbath unto the land, meaning you can't. As a matter of fact, let me read it. But in the seventh year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for Yahweh. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. Right, so you shouldn't even, like, if you have a vineyard, or crops growing, you shouldn't even touch them. Just leave them out there. Right, pretty much. In these times, you would eat leftover things that was stored up. Do you have stored, like, I don't know, like even modern times you have canned foods or pickled stuff. You would you would do that. Things that's been fermenting, or even meat. You know, but you wouldn't sow or touch your field, right? It says, "Or prune thy vineyards." Pretty much, you wouldn't prune your your crops, right? So Esau don't do this. So of course the topsoil is being wasted, right? That's why you see a lot of people, a lot of these places, they have to import soil. You see these big mounds of soil, and it all gets transferred here and there because uh, the soil is being wasted, right? They don't respect the land Sabbath. But anyways, that was pretty much all I wanted to get from this. You know, these forever chemicals, man. Again, this is a byproduct of having an unwise king. Having a wicked ruler who doesn't do things with prudence, doesn't operate in a righteous manner, right? Just as a damn fool out here, just causing havoc, right? This is why this man has one of the many reasons that this man has to be taken out the way, right, man? People having all types of cancers, all types of illnesses, goddamn problems in their bodies, to where they can't function properly, right? Now, of course, this is all through, the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who these things fall upon. But at the end of the day, man, this man has to be taken out the way, right? So that was pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and close it up by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Until the next time, I'm going to say Shalom. Kwame Shala.